Hey, what's up, guys? So I was on the way to come do a video today, and when I got to my car, I noticed it was pretty dirty. Like, really dirty. Somebody actually wrote the words, "Clean me, please," on the back of it. And I was like, I ain't riding around in no dusty car where people are writing sentences in the dirt. I gotta stop at the car wash real quick. So as I was going through the car wash, I sat there and said to myself, you know what? Now's a good time to figure out what today's video is gonna be about. So I thought and thought some more. Didn't like the first couple ideas. And then suddenly it hit me. And I think I figured out what today's topic is going to be about. Disneyworld is scheduled to reopen theme parks tomorrow, July 11th, despite COVID-19 exploding to record levels in Florida. After being closed 117 days and losing over $1 billion in theme park revenue, you better believe Disney is desperate to make some type of money. But is it worth it? Reopening the parks at a time where Florida is setting new records every single day for total cases? I don't think so. Maybe if you're Disney, it's worth it because you get to salvage some of your losses. But if you're a guest, it's a little too risky. I'm not going to put my life on the line just to go to a theme park. I don't know about you. Now, they won't be opening everything on the 11th, just Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom parks. Then on the 15th, they're going to do Epcot and Hollywood Studios. I think they're doing one half first to kind of avoid overcrowding and to see how things go the first few days. And if it goes good, then they kind of ease you into a full-fledged opening of everything at once. Now, obviously, they came up with some new rules and guidelines in order to make things safer for the public. So let's take a look at what they came up with. In a CNN Business article, it says that employees and guests at Disney will be required to wear face coverings and undergo temperature screenings before entering the parks. Disney will reduce capacity at the parks, and the resort will temporarily suspend parades, fireworks, and other events that create crowds. The resort will also enable cashless transactions by expanding contactless payments. Disney will also increase the number of available hand sanitizing stations. Okay, that's cool. They're trying to step their game up and tighten things up. But my only issue with that is that temperature screenings don't accurately represent all the positive cases. As a matter of fact, it's been widely reported that 50% of all the people who do test positive show no symptoms or signs of fever whatsoever. They actually have the appearance of a normal person who doesn't have the virus. That's very scary. You could be potentially letting in hundreds, if not thousands of people into the park who have the disease. Also, I don't want to be negative, but it's going to be virtually impossible to make sure that no large crowds build while either waiting in line or gathering near an attraction. It's Disney World in the summertime. You better believe people are going to be eager to come see what's going on, whether it's safe or not. I mean, you can have a line full of people at Magic Kingdom coughing into each other's mouth. And if your child says, "Daddy, I want to go to Magic Kingdom," you're going to be like, "All right, Timmy, let's go. Let's check it out." But two things you should check out are the like and subscribe buttons that are right beneath this video. Make sure you press both and also hit the bell for notifications. That way you stay informed of all my new weekly videos related to business, finance, and investing. So my overall opinion on Disney World opening up parks early in the middle of a COVID spike in Florida is they're desperate for money. Very, very desperate for money. If you look at all Disney's businesses, they're all being impacted very badly from COVID. Their sports business, there's no sports going on, so ESPN is struggling. Their movie business, they cannot release new blockbuster films because theaters are closed. And their parks have been shut down for about 4 months. So I think if Disney was making money in any of the other areas, aside from theme parks, they would have kept the parks closed a little bit longer until some of the cases go down. But since Disney's making no money in any other area, they're forced to kind of just open things up right in the middle of a crisis. And it seems insane for them to ignore the thousands of new cases in Florida every day. But Disney isn't trying to bleed any more massive amounts of cash. Like I said, all of their businesses, this is the only possible angle that they have to redeem some type of income. Sports, shut down. Movies, shut down. At least the theater business. Streaming is still going, but the theater business, shut down. So theme parks, honestly, Disney feels like you could tell them there's 10,000 people a day dying. they would still open up the parks. So if you are one of those people that do decide to go to Disney World, stay safe and be very careful. And if you have any thoughts on this video or any questions you want to ask and you wanted to weigh in, make sure you leave your comments down below. And you can follow me on Twitter as well. Thanks.
Well, Kelly, there is a lot riding on Disney's move to start reopening its Orlando park. This Disney World park is Disney's biggest theme park all around the world, and summer is usually the park's busiest season, and the Parks and Resorts division was Disney's largest division by revenue and its biggest earnings growth driver last year. Now, this past quarter, Disney lost an estimated $1 billion due to those domestic parks closures, according to analyst Michael Nathanson. Disney is starting its phased reopening of Disney World in Orlando tomorrow after yesterday it started reopening downtown Disney. That's the outdoor mall by its Anaheim Park with masks and social distancing, of course. Now, Disney World is implementing a range of health precautions. In addition to limiting capacity, masks, and social distancing, it's mandating temperature checks, cashless purchases, and systems so visitors can digitally reserve their places in line to avoid crowds around those rides. Now, some of the upside potential for Disney does hinge on Disney Plus. That's expected to report growing numbers, bolstered in part by its exclusive debut of Hamilton last weekend. There are a number of other big questions ahead for Disney. For ESPN and ABC, we're waiting to see whether live sports restart as planned, beginning, of course, with the NBA. And then there's the future of theatrical movie releases. They have been totally on hold. Next up for Disney is Mulan. It's been delayed several times. Now it's set to be released at the end of August. Kelly?
A lot at stake tomorrow on how that goes. Julia, thank you so much. Julia Borston. Coming up, Tesla is